students, teachers, parents, families. I'm Rangel. On the first day of 6th grade, I was timid, awkward, and quiet. I remember asking directions to where the 5th graders go, but other than that mistake, it went really well. My original plan for this new school was just to be the tall kid you saw in the hallway, not the kid on stage singing in front of everyone. I don't think my original plan went really well. Sometime in the beginning of the 6th grade year, I heard that a group, Northeast Singers, was holding auditions. I was this close to not auditioning, but I did it anyways. To my surprise, I actually made this ensemble. Some days later, I'm at morning rehearsal for orchestra. The music and arts program here is amazing. To playing cello before school, to making a bridge and woodshop, to singing, acting, and dancing after school. I thoroughly enjoyed every moment of it. Except the times I get yelled at, but those are rare occurrences. In the later part of 6th grade, a paper was being passed around to audition for Northeast Idols. Just like Northeast Singers, I was so close to not doing it. But just like the last time, I did it anyways. Northeast Idols really changed me. Being in the top 10 gave me more confidence in myself, and my case of stage fright just went away. 6th grade was a great year. My life at that time was still drama-free, and I made it through my first year in Bethlehem. Summer goes by, and the next thing I know is that I'm sitting in homeroom with some familiars and some strangers. Little did I know that I would have the exact same class next year. Currently known as 8-8, we grew pretty well together. There are some minor issues between some of us, but looking at the bigger picture, we became one strong family. It was great seeing some of you transform into who you are today. 7th grade started like the year before. It was awkward at first, but eventually comfortable, just like a new pair of shoes. The play for that year was thoroughly Modern Millie. I had a leading role for that play. As much fun it is dancing in the background, speaking the lines front stage was where I wanted to be, even if the lines were Chinese. I never believed a big guy like me could tap dance, but just like the last 2 times, I did it anyways. A chunk of the year goes by, and I'm on the bus to Six Flags. Last year's band trip competition went really well. Don't know how many trophies went home, but there definitely was a good amount. At this point of the year, everyone is slacking off waiting for the school year to finish. I was one of them. But soon enough, it did end. Being announced the kings and queens of the school, I actually couldn't wait for summer to finish. Another summer goes by, and I'm wearing a new hairstyle. Let's wait. The beginning of this year was mostly learning to tuba. I'm proud to be in band. The morning rehearsals always have me laughing in some shape, way, or form. Peter Pan came and went by really quickly, but every single performance had the neck hairs standing. I'm having so much fun, but my days at Northeast are numbered. My performances are coming to an end, and I find myself wishing time would stop. I wish I could go back and relive my middle school career, but I can't do that. I need to move on. I need to move on for myself and for Northeast. But I wouldn't be able to move on if it weren't for my family, Mr. Rumnick, and Mrs. Parker, and so much more people. If I said mom, I would hear like 1,000 responses. Music has always been something I've been fond of. Because of that, I picked up the cello in 3rd grade. In the beginning of this year, I picked up the tuba, but it wouldn't still be playing these instruments if it weren't for Mr. Rumnick. When I first met him, he was a scary and mean director. But after every single rehearsal and concert, I've grown to know him more. He's a very kind and understandable man with a very dry sense of humor. At times, I make him pull his hair out and vice versa. But if he didn't push me the way he did, I wouldn't be the proud musician that I am today. Thank you, Mr. Rumnick. Another person who makes me a better musician is Mrs. Parker. I love this woman with all my heart. I could say a trillion things about her. She was one of the first teachers to make me feel welcome at Northeast. All of my time here, she has been my mother, mentor, and teacher. She has changed my life in more ways than most people have combined. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for mothering such an amazing group. Thank you for giving me something to look forward to after school. But most of all, thank you for all the happy memories. I couldn't have made it through Northeast without you. You are getting the biggest hug once I'm finished here. Finally, Finally, I would like to thank my family for always being there. My dad, he showed up to every single performance of mine ever since I was in elementary. And every time I need to find him in the crowd, he's always smiling, prepared to wave back. I love him to death. A somewhat recent addition to my family is my stepmom. She instantly clicked with me. At first, I was really skeptical because I didn't want to replace my first mom. But as my stepmom and I grew closer, I realized she was the parent my mom couldn't. My stepmom really came through when times got rough, and I cannot thank her enough. She loves me as one of her own, and I cannot express how great it is to have a mom again. Thank you, Northeast. My time here has been amazing. The school is in great hands. I'll be coming back for community service. Thank you.